Canada is often seen as the land of maple syrup, politeness, and breathtaking mountains. But there's so much more beneath the surface. It's ranked among the best places to live, but the reality is more complex than the postcard image. Today, we're going beyond the stereotypes to explore what life in Canada is really like. The good, the bad, and the unexpected. We'll look at what makes it an amazing place to call home, and the challenges that can surprise newcomers. This isn't just about highlights, it's about the real everyday experiences from coast to coast. If you're considering a move or just curious about Canadian life, this is the deep dive you need. Let's get started.
Let's start with the good. Canada's universal healthcare system is one of its most admired features, and a major reason why people around the world are drawn to live here. Imagine walking into a doctor's office or hospital and showing your health card, not a credit card. That's the reality for essential medical services in Canada. This system is a deep source of national pride, built on the belief that access to necessary healthcare is a right, not a privilege. It ensures that individuals and families can focus on their health and recovery, without the fear of overwhelming medical bills for doctor visits or hospital stays. Though no system is without its flaws, as we'll discuss later, Canada's universal healthcare remains one of the country's greatest sources of pride.
One of Canada's greatest strengths is its cultural diversity, and the openness that comes with it. Canadians are generally welcoming, respectful, and accepting of people from all walks of life, backgrounds, and beliefs. In fact, diversity isn't just something that exists here. It's a core part of the national identity. Cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal are among the most multicultural places in the world, where it's completely normal to hear multiple languages on the street, enjoy food from every corner of the globe, and meet people from countless different cultures, sometimes all in the same neighborhood.
Canada's natural beauty is legendary. Mountains, forests, prairies, and thousands of lakes. The outdoors is a way of life. Summer means cottages and lakes. Winter means skiing and hockey. National parks like Banff and Jasper are world-famous playgrounds. Even in big cities, you're never far from green space or adventure. Embracing the seasons is part of the culture. If you love nature, Canada is paradise. The wild is always just outside your door.
Canada's public education system is globally respected, with schools that are safe, inclusive, and offer strong academic programs. The country is also home to top-ranked universities like the University of Toronto, McGill, and UBC, making it an excellent destination for students and families. But this advantage comes with its own drawbacks, which we'll cover in the next part.
The stereotype of Canadian politeness? It's real. People hold doors, say sorry, and keep things friendly. It makes daily life smoother, though some find it reserved or hard to read at first. Politeness is about courtesy, not instant friendship. Feedback is often softened, which can be confusing in work or social settings. Still, this culture of civility adds to the sense of safety and calm. In a world of rising tension, a little extra sorry isn't so bad.
Like any country, Canada isn't without its drawbacks. Let's take a look at some of the challenges and downsides that can make life here a little tougher. The dream is real, but so is the price tag. Be prepared for sticker shock. You might earn a good salary, but basic expenses eat it up quickly. Careful budgeting is essential. Affordable housing is becoming harder and harder to find, especially in fast-growing cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary. Demand far outweighs supply in many urban areas, driving up both rental and home purchase prices. Even small apartments in city centers can come with shockingly high monthly rents, pushing many people to live further from work or school, or settle for shared accommodations. Groceries, cell phone bills, and internet are all expensive. Transportation costs, car insurance, gas, or even public transit add up fast. The biggest shock for newcomers? The high cost of living, especially in cities like Toronto and Vancouver.
Many end up in survival jobs, despite impressive qualifications. Networking is crucial, but hard for newcomers without connections. The job market is competitive for everyone, not just immigrants. Government programs can help, but progress is slow. Be ready to start lower, retrain, and persist. Success is possible, but it takes time and resilience. Skilled immigrants often face the Canadian experience barrier. No local experience, no job.
The West Coast is milder, but for most, winter is a defining experience. It's tough, but it builds character. Hiding indoors leads to misery. Get outside, even if it's just for a walk. You'll need serious winter gear and a willingness to embrace the season. The darkness can affect your mood. Sad is real. Staying active and social is key to surviving winter. Unless you really love snow and freezing temperatures, Canadian winters are tough. They can last 5 to 6 months in some regions, with temperatures plummeting to minus 30 degrees Celsius or lower. Snow removal becomes part of your daily life. Add icy roads, short daylight hours, and the infamous wind chill, and you'll understand why seasonal depression, or the winter blues, is a real concern for many people here.
Taxes in Canada are high. Income, sales, and property taxes all add up. This funds healthcare, education, and social programs. Goods and services tax or harmonized sales tax can add 5 to 15% to your purchases, and property taxes fund local services. The trade-off is strong public services and a safety net. It's a different social contract than in low-tax countries. Understanding this is key to feeling good about where your money goes.
You have to be proactive. Join clubs, volunteer, or find hobby groups. Shared activities are the best way to build connections. It takes time, but community is essential for happiness. Don't wait for friendships to find you. Go out and build them. Social circles form early and can be hard to break into. Long winters and busy lives can make loneliness worse. Making friends as an adult in Canada can be tough. People are polite but reserved.
Healthcare wait times are a major frustration. Finding a family doctor can take years. Walk-in clinics are common, but lack continuity of care. Specialist appointments and non-urgent surgeries can mean months of waiting. The system excels in emergencies, but is stretched thin for everything else. Some Canadians seek private care abroad to avoid delays. It's a trade-off: financial security but logistical headaches. Patience is part of the deal.
While Canada's public education system is respected for its quality and inclusivity, the cost of higher education is a notable drawback. Tuition fees remain high for both domestic and international students, making post-secondary studies a costly undertaking. Compared to countries like Germany or Norway, where university education is heavily subsidized or free, Canada's tuition rates place a much greater financial burden on students. Tuition isn't the only expense. Factor in textbooks, housing, and daily living, and the financial challenge becomes clear. Many students rely on scholarships and bursaries, but competition is fierce. Student loans are common, and careful financial planning is essential from day one. A Canadian degree can open doors, but it often comes at the cost of years of repayment. The journey is rewarding, but the hurdles are real. For many, the dream of higher education means balancing ambition with financial reality. Now for the things you probably didn't expect about life in Canada. The little surprises that catch newcomers off guard and even make locals chuckle.
Canada isn't one uniform place. Regional differences are huge. Quebec is French-speaking and culturally distinct. Toronto offers a fast-paced, diverse urban lifestyle, while the Atlantic provinces are known for their slower pace, close-knit communities, and friendly coastal small-town charm. The prairies are shaped by agriculture, energy, and strong community values, while British Columbia, especially Vancouver, is known for its laid-back, nature-loving, eco-friendly, and multicultural lifestyle. Northern Canada, covering Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut, is vastly different from the rest of the country. It's remote, sparsely populated, and deeply connected to Indigenous cultures. Life here revolves around small, close-knit communities, harsh Arctic climates, and a strong relationship with the land. Unlike the urbanized South, the North offers breathtaking wilderness, traditional ways of life, and limited infrastructure, making daily living more challenging, but uniquely rich in culture and natural beauty. Your experience will vary dramatically by region. Research where you want to live, it matters. Each region has its own vibe, economy, and even accent.
Unlike in many Southeast Asian countries where tipping isn't customary, tipping is expected in Canada. At restaurants and for various services, a tip of 15% to 20% is the standard. It's not optional. Servers rely on tips for income. You'll also tip hairdressers, drivers, and hotel staff. Payment terminals often prompt for tips, even at cafes. Always add tax and tip to the listed price, it adds up. Learn the rules and budget for it to avoid awkward moments.
Canadian humour is often dry, quiet, and makes fun of themselves. Shows like Schitt's Creek show this really well. Canadians like to joke about themselves and their weather. Sometimes the jokes are very subtle, so don't be shy to ask if someone is joking. Learning the slang and funny sayings is a great way to fit in and enjoy Canadian culture. Some common words you'll hear are toque, a winter hat, loonie, a $1 coin, and double-double, a coffee with 2 creams and 2 sugars.
Canada's size is staggering. Travel between cities takes hours or days. Domestic flights are expensive, and road trips are epic undertakings. This affects everything from travel plans to grocery prices in remote areas. Regional identities are strong. People from different provinces can feel worlds apart. The vastness shapes culture, economy, and daily life. Be ready for long distances and high travel costs. Canada's scale is both a challenge and a wonder.
Wildlife is part of daily life. Raccoons, deer, and even bears in some areas. Urban and suburban spaces are shared with animals. In the Rockies or near forests, bear sightings are common. Respect and caution are essential. Don't feed or approach wildlife. Parks Canada offers guidance on coexisting safely. Sharing space with nature is a highlight of Canadian life. The wild is never far away.
To understand Canada, you need to recognize its complex history with Indigenous peoples. The country is actively confronting the painful legacy of residential schools and colonialism. Land acknowledgements and reconciliation efforts have become common as Canada works toward healing. While the relationship remains challenging, there is hope and progress. Newcomers should approach this history with respect, humility, and a readiness to learn. Indigenous cultures and voices are essential to Canada's identity, and reconciliation is an ongoing journey for everyone.
Canadian pride is subtle. No flag waving, but a deep confidence in the country's values. Pride shows up in healthcare, multiculturalism, and natural beauty. It's most visible on Canada Day, during the Olympics and at hockey games. For generations, a central aspect of Canadian identity has been defined in relation to, and often in opposition to, the United States. This impulse to articulate a separate identity became especially pronounced in reaction to perceptions that Canada was merely an extension of its powerful neighbour, a notion captured by the term 51st state. The pride is quiet, humble, and rooted in gratitude. It's a patriotism that speaks softly but runs deep.
So there you have it, the good, the bad, and the truly unexpected parts of life in Canada. Canada is a land of opportunity and challenge. The quality of life is high, but so are the hurdles: cost, job market, and winter. Your experience will be a balance of pros and cons. If you value safety, nature, and diversity, Canada could be your dream. If you want fast career growth and low taxes, it might frustrate you.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the related video on your screen for more fascinating content. Explore our channel for even more exciting videos. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Globe Gazette for more incredible stories. Your support means everything to us. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.